Is marriage a 50-50 partnership? Is it a partnership at all? Should it be a partnership? What do you do if your husband never listens to you? Another question we're going to be looking at is, how do you deal with it when you wake up one morning and the person you're with appears to be completely different to the person you married? Stay with us on the Relationship Real Talk Show. We're going to be exploring all of those questions and we're going to be keeping it real.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Real Talk. My name is Julius and with me is my wife.
I'm Mary Enyolu. We're your hosts on this show where we talk all things relationship, always keeping it real. So today we're doing something slightly different. I watched this video on social media, which I thought was really, in fact, somebody sent it to us actually. Very interesting video of this woman who was having a challenge. Her husband was not listening to her. So she decided to bring it to the World Wide Web to support her, to help her. So we're going to play a little clip of the video and then we're going to talk about some of the issues that are raised in the video, because we think there's some really interesting issues raised in this video and we want you to help us out as well. So as we start to talk about some of these issues, we want to hear from you. Do you agree with her? Do you think he's right? Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Put your comments in the chat. We want to know what you think. But watch this for now.
Am I the only one experiencing this in our marriage? I am married, but my husband never listens to me. He doesn't listen to me at all. He doesn't take my advice as a woman. I don't have that relationship with my husband, and I don't know why. I've done all the things I know how to do, taken advice from everybody, but it's just not working. And that's why I just want to officially ask him on camera. Let me know if there is anything I even did to warrant this. Baby, why is it that you don't listen to me? You don't take my advice as a wife, as your wife. You don't, things you do, even when I say, okay, buy black.
Why will I listen to you when you talk to me as if I'm your age mate?
Baby, raise your head. Let me be hearing you very well.
I said, why would I listen to you when you talk to me as if I am your age mate? You know that one thing that does some of you young married women, especially before Gen Z, more during Gen Z. Once you guys are married, because you are now seeing your husband's nakedness, naked, you forget that this man senior you with 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 8 years, 3 years, 2 years. You are talking to him as if he's your classmate, as if he's your age mate. No man will listen to you if you're talking to him as if as if you are her age mate. I will not listen to you. So that is one of the privileges of a man. I may not shout at you or anything, but again for against it.
Oh my love, are we not partners?
Yeah, who is partners?
You're my husband, I'm your wife. We are partners.
You're not my partner.
I don't understand. You're my partner.
You are not my partner. Partner is what Oyibo brought.
Ha.
Partner is what Oyibo brought. You are my wife. I am your master. You're not my partner. If I'm your partner, as you are giving birth to 2 children, you will wait. Me, I will get pregnant too, and I will born my own children. You will bring in 2 children, I will bring in 2 children. Monday, I will go and make money. Tuesday, you will go and make money. Wednesday, I will go. Thursday, you will go. If I pay house rent this year, you will pay house rent next year. As I came to pay your bride price, you will come and pay my own bride price. Oh, I will partner. You want to go? I am your master. That is why our forefathers' marriages worked.
You be comparing this modern generation with our forefathers.
Is it not the same Utu Ayanara Kahanara? Is it not the same Utu Is it not the same what they did to give birth to us that we do to give birth to our children? Is there a modern way of giving birth to children?
Our forefathers' marriage and relationship, you can't compare it with what modern people have now. Okay, besides, let me not dispute what you're saying. Yeah, you said you are the master, right?
Yes.
You said you are the master.
Yes.
No, I'm not sharing master.
Partnership is what Oyibo brought.
But even
I am Onnaguku. I am your master. Talk to me as somebody.
So you are my master and I'm your servant.
It's not you will not use that word servant.
So what am I?
You are my wife. You are my wife.
I don't gaslight it, is it? Okay, fine. You are the master, I'm the wife.
Yes.
But it's no now. Let's make it how it is. They don't have master and wife. It is master and servant, husband and wife. So if you say you are my master, that means I'm your servant.
They say that Christ is our master. Does that make Christians Christ servants?
It is not like that. Don't turn the table. You're just trying to twist it to favor you. I'm just trying to follow what you said. Even if you are the master, then I'm your servant. In master-servant relationships, servants advise their masters. The masters listen to their servants. So why don't you listen? Since obviously
you're not my servant, you're my subordinate. That is the word, subordinate. You are under me.
Subordinates still suggest to their superiors.
That is your problem. That is your problem. You don't suggest. You don't suggest, you instruct.
Surely I'm your wife. We are one. In marriage, it's husband and wife are meant to be one. They are meant to be the same.
We are not one.
Jesus Christ.
We are not one. We are two.
We cannot be two. That's the problem.
We are two.
For that, a man shall leave his father's house, leave his mother's house.
You are quoting the Christian Bible. You are quoting the Christian Bible. Normally, a marriage, a wife has where they call mpuke, where the wife stays.
I'm not a traditionalist. So stop bringing all this traditional things to me. I'm not a traditionalist.
That is your problem. That is why I will not listen to you, because you have to accept the one I said that we are.
So the first thing that pops up in my mind watching that is, why is the man not listening to the wife? So you're the man. I'm going to ask you, what is it that could make a man not listen to his wife?
Yeah, kind of make it wider. Why wouldn't one person listen to another?
Okay.
There could be several reasons. It could be a habit. They just don't listen to anybody.
That's true.
So don't take it personal. Secondly, you might have upset them. And they think negative of you. They could think you're rude, you don't listen to them. Why should they listen to you? It could be that.
And I think watching this video that the latter is probably more the case, because when she eventually asked him the question, why don't you listen to me? He said, why should I listen to you when you talk to me anyhow? So as far as he's concerned, her disrespect of him is the reason he's not listening to her. And of course, they had that whole dialogue of his perspective, her perspective. So one of the things he raised was age, right? So I'm older than you. The fact that I'm your husband doesn't mean anything. He did say that, but the fact that I'm your husband does not mean you talk to me like I'm your age mate, because I'm older than you. So the question is, what does age really come into it? Because that's her view. Age shouldn't come into it. We're married, we're partners. And then he goes on to say we're not partners. We'll get to that in a moment. But should age matter in the relationship between a husband and wife?
I'm watching that video because I did as well. He wasn't saying much. And what came to mind is, in relationships sometimes, the silence is louder.
It's deafening.
It's deafening than the noise. And the silence is a cry out for attention, right? Not necessarily, I want you to notice me, but I want you to notice we've got a problem here. I'm not saying anything doesn't mean I have nothing to say. In other words, my silence is a message in itself. And we've got to be reasonable. We've got to be on the lookout for changing symptoms. But to your question, should age be an issue here? I would say it's a very complicated question. To many people, would be like, nah, it shouldn't be. But we have to realize that we're speaking to a global audience, right? In some cultures, age, even in marriage, is important. I've observed certain cultures of different cultures, the husband and the wife don't walk together on a straight line. I'm sorry, they don't walk together side by side. They walk together on a straight line. One is ahead and a few inches or a few centimeters behind. So it depends on how you see it. Because we here in the West can say it shouldn't matter, but to some people it does matter.
For me, I'm going to look at it from a slightly different perspective. For me, I don't think it's really a question of age. It's not a question of whether you're older than me or I'm older than you. For me, I think it's a question of respect. And I think at the end of the day, that's really what he was addressing.
That was the issue.
That was the issue. He felt like she doesn't honor him in the way she speaks to him. She felt like she doesn't respect him. So I think the question is respect. So, and my view is every human being deserves respect.
Everyone wants to be respected.
Everyone wants to be respected. Now, obviously, we all see the world from different lenses, depending on our experience, our culture, like you said. But at the end of the day, even that woman that walks behind her husband wants to be respected. It's a basic human need. So, he's coming at it from the angle of age, be mindful of my age. But what he's really saying is, respect me, honor me.
I think he said it.
I can't remember if he said it, but absolutely, he has the right to ask for respect if he felt like he's being disrespected. So, from the woman's perspective, she's saying it like, but we're mates, right? We're equals, we're partners, and he's like, we are not partners. Yes. So that was really interesting to me. So the question then is, should marriage really be a partnership? And again, you might say, well, it's cultural and all of that, but should marriage be a partnership? Let me give the question then.
I think, again, observing different cultures, I think fundamentally, marriage is definitely a partnership.
Absolutely.
It's a partnership, however you see it, it is a partnership. It doesn't mean that they both do equal things. Right? Equality is not the issue here.
Yes.
They may do various things, but you see that one does this and the other does that. Therefore, you bring something to the table, I bring something to the table. Therefore, it's a partnership.
Yeah, right? Because what's a partnership? A partnership is two people working together to achieve something.
Exactly.
Coming together to achieve something. Yeah. But the way he was looking at it, he was looking at partnership as both of us doing exactly the same thing. And very funny to say, I paid your bride price, so you have to come and pay my bride price. Then you're keeping score. In a relationship, marriage relationship, you shouldn't be keeping score. Absolutely. To say, I did the dishes, so you have to do the dishes. I pay the rent, so you have to pay the rent. Both parties have their own responsibilities and they bring something to the table. Yeah. Now, the other thing that what he said kind of brings to my mind at the right now is appreciation for what each party brings to the table. Because I think from his perspective, no, we're not partners because I pay the rent. I go to work. If we're partners, then you should be paying the rent as well. So he's placing a lot of value on what he does, but not so much on what she does. To my mind, I could be wrong actually.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, is he? We don't know. I remember in our relationship, the respect was a big thing for me as well. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
What was it that was big on your list? I'm trying to remember now.
Well, patience. Patience was a big one on my list, and I'm just thinking about the way God describes love. He says love is patient.
Right.
Because when you're snapping at someone and you're acting impatient, you're telling me you don't have time for me. You don't have time to listen to what I have to say. So patience was a big one for me, but spending time with me. So time, basically.
Yeah, spending time was a big one. If I know we shouldn't generalize, there are certain languages. When I say languages, I don't mean vocal languages. There are ways of looking at things even though you may grow up, the husband and the wife could grow up in the same culture, but then there is something that makes sense to men, and there are some other things that make sense to the women. And therefore, even though you grew up in the same culture, it is fundamental that you understand your languages. Because if you're German trying to speak to a French person without speaking French is a waste of time. You can see clearly there is a breakdown of communication. One is speaking French and one is speaking German, because he keeps going on about the things he's going on about, fundamentally emphasizing the fact that the wife does not respect him, and she keeps countering everything he brings to the table and saying, well, I think I do, but what needs to happen here is the husband needs to, one, be educated about the way she sees things, and the wife equally needs to listen to the way he sees things. Otherwise, they're going to be at it for a long time.
I think it's perspective as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way they see things.
Yeah, that's what I mean, language.
Yes. So the way they because he says, you don't respect me. Let me backtrack, because I know that the respect thing is a big deal for most men, for a lot of men.
Yeah.
What is it? Give us some of the instances, because I know this was an issue with us. You always raised this issue of respect, and as far as I was concerned, I respected you. What am I doing that's not respecting you? So what do you want me to do to show you that I respect you was always the question. So there might be other women who are asking that same question, because their husbands might be saying to them, you don't respect me, you don't honor me. What are some of the things, and I have another question that I'm going to follow up from that, but let's deal with this one first. What are some of the things that men look at, or behaviors that they may experience that may cause them to feel disrespected?
Yeah.
So the woman might not be disrespecting them. She might not feel like she's disrespecting them,
right.
but they may be feeling disrespected. And I think that's what's happening here. The man feels a certain way. The woman is coming across and saying, you shouldn't be feeling how you're feeling, because there's nothing I'm doing to make you feel how you're feeling.
Exactly.
Not understanding my feeling is my feeling. Validate my feeling. Stop trying to justify yourself. So what are some of those things that maybe ladies could look out for that could be making a man feel disrespected?
In as much as we can enumerate certain things that men may consider disrespectful, I think that's a conversation they need to have. They need to be humble, where she needs to be humble to say, okay, I hear you keep going on about respect, and I'm sorry, but I don't think I am being disrespectful. In what ways do I make you feel disrespected?
Absolutely.
I think that's a first place. And then he says it. And then she could come around and counter that, or say, well, oh, really? I don't mean it that way. And they would end up in a better place by just simply listening to each other.
Absolutely. But I still want you to give us I still want you to say, like I say, for some people who are watching this, I still want you to say some of the things that could, because okay, I can look at the woman, right? Funny enough, he was sat, she was stood. Their temperament clearly is different. He seems to be quite calm. He's taking his time. We're not partners. I'm not going to listen to you. And the more she got agitated, her tone of voice changed. She got excited. She was waving her hand up and down. And somebody might consider that sort of expression to be disrespectful. I know for myself, for instance, when I get excited, my voice gets raised, right? My hands are flying all over the place. My eyes are opening. Maybe I'm even squinting and frowning, because I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean by that? And I saw you might go,
the muscles on your neck are standing out.
And you're like, why are you frowning? I'm not frowning at you. I'm just concentrating. So that's me, my personality coming across, and somebody's reading it a different way. So that could be one of the things that could cause someone to feel disrespected if you're raising your voice at
body language.
So those are, the reason I said to mention some is just to say, because obviously we're dealing with this video, but we want to give a bit of a broad conversation as well, so people can be aware of it. So now I'm aware of it. I try. I hope you can say that. You can say I'm trying. I try to keep my tone down. I try and speak more slowly because I know that when you're speaking fast, you can't come across as being rude. So I try and speak a bit more slowly. So those are things that we can bear in mind, right?
The question was, it could be a case of, we want to paint the house, for example, and he wants to have an elaborate conversation about it and the colors and the woman is like, let's just get the house painted. And she books a painter to come into the house, right? So she paints the house. Well, we've been talking about this painting for the last 6 months or whatever. You weren't doing anything about it, so I got it done. And looking at that culture, it could be a case of she now comes over to him and says, the money for the painter.
When there's something that needs to be done in the house, right? And the man is dragging their feet, right? And then you've waited and waited and waited. The house needs painting. You're not inviting visitors because you don't like the way the house looks. And eventually you decide, you know what? Okay, let me just take that responsibility off him and arrange for a painter to come and paint the house. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? We want to hear from you. Drop your comments because that's what you're describing, isn't it? Should the woman wait forever is the question.
No, see, you're taking sides.
I'm not taking sides.
Yeah, she movement.
I'm not taking sides.
You're taking sides. She'll wait forever.
But that's a typical scenario, isn't it? And the truth is, some people are slower than others. Some people are overthinkers.
I wouldn't say slower. Some people take their time more than the
some
other.
people take more time than others. Some people are overthinkers. Some people are overplanners. Some people are ready, steady, aim, ready, steady, aim, ready, steady, aim, and they never fire. And the woman is saying, it's time to fire. Get the painter in. We want to hear from you. What do you think?
So that could be that. Or if you've got kids, the man says, nobody's watching TV tonight. That's probably an extreme, because I don't think that will happen. But it could be something like,
no, it's okay. You can stay with that. It's just basically the man has said, this is going to happen or this is not going to happen.
Yeah. And then the wife turns around and say, I don't think that's right. I think they should be able to watch TV if they want to. That's clearly disrespectful.
Right. So disagreeing with him, especially in the presence of not even just the kids, but third parties.
Yeah, so that's one. And we can, like I said, we can go on and on. But I think the smartest thing to do is husband and wife sit down. You feel disrespected, right? What am I doing? Tell me 5 things that I can change that will make you feel respected.
And I think that's a good way of looking at it, rather than saying, tell me what I'm doing that's making you feel disrespected, because chances are when he does, you're not going to listen. Like she didn't listen. She was being defensive. Excuse me, that doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. Everything he said, she kind of counteracted. And the funny thing is, when she started the conversation, she said, I've taken advice from everybody. I've done everything I know to do, but my husband is still not listening to me. And I'm like, okay, you haven't done everything you know to do, clearly, because he's telling you some things that you should do, but you're not listening. So,
she thought she was listening.
She thought she was listening.
She was hearing him, but she wasn't listening. Because if she was listening, she will, and obviously we are here outside of that environment, so it's easier for us to judge.
Yes, we're looking at it objectively.
Yeah, objectively, because she was hearing and she was responding to what she was hearing, but she wasn't listening.
Yeah.
And that's something I think we've talked about it before. Most humans know how to hear, but most humans don't know how to listen. To listen means paying attention to what is said and what is not said. She was paying attention to what was said, but not to what was not said.
Yeah, and that's a really, really valid point, because the bottom line is the man felt disrespected.
Period.
He felt like you don't listen to me. He felt like you're trying to boss me around. He felt like you don't even understand how our relationship should work. So I'm just going to take a step back. I'm not going to listen to you.
Monologue.
That's where he was. So I think something she could have done differently, rather than trying to counteract everything he was saying, is to get underneath what he's saying and really see where he's coming from and address that. He kept saying to her, that's your problem. That's your problem. You see, that is your problem. So again, that might come across like he is saying she is the one that has a problem. Everything he's saying is right and everything she's saying is wrong, which will only cause the tension to even increase.
Absolutely.
Right? So, a lot of things there that
I hope that it was a drama skit, but if it isn't a drama skit, both parties need work. They need help.
So let's finish watching the video. Okay.
I will not listen to you because you have to accept the one I said that we are.
But you were listening to me while we were dating. So why did you now change after marriage?
I was listening to you while we were dating.
If you are not listening to me, will I have gotten married to you?
I was campaigning for an election. You want to go? I am talking to my constituents. I want to win their vote. I want to win them to me. Of course, a man has to do what it takes to get a woman that will procreate with him. That is where a man is very, very reasonable. As I come to you, I do what it takes to win your heart. And as I've won your heart, there's no going back. No, there's no going back. No. As I have applied that sense, I did not come and do to win your heart. Now that you are inside now, you now have to apply your own logic to also win my heart. Because your husband don't get you.
I should apply logic to win my husband's heart.
Yes, now you have to apply strategy.
So I don't have your heart right now.
If you have my heart, why were you complaining that I don't listen to you? If you have my heart, listening to you will be as easy as ABCD. And there is a way to go about it. There is a way to massage the man's ego. Oh, bro, why don't you listen to me? Why don't you graga? I'm not a Christian. I'm a traditionalist. I'm not a traditionalist. Ị ga-akwụ ebe di gị kwụ. Di gị na-eje ị na-asị anọ ya bụ odogwu. Di gị na-eme ị na-asị anọ ya bụ dike nọ nke okwu ka. Ọ ga-abụ ikwu ka ọ ga-ege ntị ka ọ nụ gị. If you don't come into a husband's home and be showing him that you are intelligent, that you are opinionated.
We are competing. We are not even competing.
Who says we are?
The way you are saying, are we dragging anything? Are we competing?
We're not competing.
So why are you making all
But you are not winning. You are not winning. You are supposed to win.
So I'm supposed to win in my marriage.
Yes.
When I and my husband should be a force to win outside, then you want me to be winning in my marriage?
No, you have to win in your home first before you guys will now team and become a force. If I did not come to you to complain, it's you that on camera and started saying that your husband does not listen to you.
Because you don't listen to me.
It means it bothers you.
Why would it bother me?
Your husband is now telling you how you can make
him
listen to you.
You've not said anyhow.
I have anyway.
No, you've not said anyhow. He has not said it. The only how we are talking is your traditional father, your ancestors. You want me? Am I your ancestor?
Okay.
So I should be doing what your great grandmother did. Okay. Are you your great grandfather?
Yeah. That is the same thing that complaining. You are not talking to me. But
when you're talking about in marriage, there is nothing like age. You don't bring age. You are not my mate. You are not. Why did you marry your age mates? Why did you not marry your age mates?
Okay, oh yeah, make me listen now.
No, why did any small thing you saying I know your age mates? Why didn't you marry your age mates? You wait to marry somebody who will be controlling. You cannot control me. We are one. It's not any small thing it's because I've seen your prick, I've seen your this and that. We are one. Have you not seen my own?
I don't want to control you.
That's what you want to do. That is what you want to do.
But you will be in this house and you are doing what they call monologue. Soliloquy. You are talking to yourself. Just know that you are married to a deaf and dumb. I will not listen to you with this your character and attitude. Until you stoop, you will not conquer.
Can't you stoop? You must I be the one to be stooping?
Okay, my English.
Can you not stoop?
You did not come across a book, a play called She Stoops to Conquer by Oliver Smith. You don't come across that book?
Anyways.
You have to stoop to conquer. Since you want to do gara. My sister, nte adero. Ichoka nte ade. You understand how to follow a man, talk to a man. See the energy, because I'm sitting down, I'm standing up. How will I listen to you?
These things don't matter.
Whatever.
They don't matter. Because you and I, we are one. So even if I do blah, you know,
Understand.
my innermost heart, my heart. You know what is this?
I don't know your heart.
Right. So that raises a really interesting point. From what we just watched, the man appeared to have been a little bit deceptive when they were courting, right? A little bit deceptive, because he said, and she made a valid point, right? All of a sudden, age matters in our relationship. All of a sudden, the way I'm speaking matters. All of a sudden, you're not listening to me anymore, but I haven't changed. This is how I was when we were courting. Why did you listen to me then and you're not listening to me now? And his response is, well, I wanted to win you. So the question is that even a wise strategy? We really want to hear from you, audience. Is that a wise strategy to, when you're courting a woman, you act one way, you pretend to be something that you're not, just to win her heart, and now you're married to her, you're like, now you have to win my heart back? That's interesting.
In my opinion, that's very unwise. That's very dangerous. That's very risky. I know I'm repeating danger, but that's how much concern I have for such relationship if it exists. However, one of the illusions of relationship is I will change them. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So they are rude now, but I will work on them.
Right.
I will change them. That's a small problem. They are whatever now, I will change them. I want to announce to whoever is listening and who may be in that position, it is hard enough to change you. Talk less of changing somebody else. The only person you can confidently say, I will change, is you. If the goal is to change the other person or your partner, I am sorry to say you are taking a big risk. If you're ready to work on yourself and change you, awesome. But to take it on and say, I will change the other person, that's almost impossible.
And also in this case, I think he was just deliberately deceptive. He was just deliberately deceptive. He was like, well,
at least he admitted
it. I was speaking to my constituents. I'm a politician. I wanted to win their vote. So he wanted to win her over. But what he forgot was, after you've won her over, you're going to have to live with her. So it's unfair to now expect her to just completely change who she is and now try to win you. And she's puzzled, like, win your heart after we're married? I thought I already had your heart. And he said, no, you haven't. If you had my heart, then why are you now trying to get me to listen to you? So I think that was just not a very wise strategy at all. You need to be honest. If you're not going to be able to handle a woman that talks back, a woman that thinks, a woman that has a mind of her own, don't go marry a woman like that. Like she was saying, you're trying to control me. And he's like, I'm not trying to control you, but it appeared as if that was what he was trying to do. So pretending to be one thing before marriage and then revealing your true colors later and then expecting the other person to now match your expectation is quite unfair.
I think to the point that you made about if you don't want to marry a woman or a woman that thinks, that is intelligent, that talks back, I think most men want to marry intelligent women who have the ability to think and the ability to disagree with valid points, with independent mind, but all of that done respectfully.
Yes.
Respect is a big thing for men, and it's not a cultural thing. I've heard white people said it, and I've heard black people say it. It's not something we can help. We need, all humans want to be respected, but men more so from their wives. I don't necessarily, it would help if somebody else respect me, but if the whole world disrespect me and my wife honors me, that's fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So having said everything we've said, at the end of the day, the man said, listen, you have to now stoop to conquer me. I kept chasing you. I conquered you. It's your turn to conquer me. And we may laugh about that and you may have your views. We really want to hear your views on that. But it is what it is, as they say. This is where we are. This is the man you're married to. It might appear like it's a completely different person to the person you married, but this is the person you have. what do you now do? What do you do as the woman, I think? And my counsel, my encouragement would be, deal with what you have right now. Listen, find common ground. Listen to what he is saying, because he's saying, listen, you're not going to get my ears if you continue like this.
Yes.
And there was a point he made. He said, this is when he was saying, this is your problem. You don't suggest, you instruct. And she might not feel like she's instructed.
That's how you felt.
That's how he sees it. He sees the way you put your suggestions across as you're instructing. And he was actually, in a sense, giving her not tips, but telling hints. Like, you need to know how to massage a man's ego, he was saying to her. So if he wants his ego being massaged at this point in time, you might feel like, oh, come on, grow up, you're a baby. Why do you need your ego being massaged? No, if he needs his ego being massaged, how are you going to get results in your house? Massage the ego for now. And then get him on board so you can start to maybe have more conversations moving forward. That's where he is right now. Don't expect to move him away from that, from where he is, without listening to him where he is. So what I would say is, just say, okay, Connie, I hear everything you're saying. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best, right? So like we said before, show me some of the ways that I can show you that I honor you, that I respect you, because I really do. That's what he wants to hear. He wants to hear that from you, not you correcting him and telling him how the way he sees it is wrong. Because
wrong,
he said that's the problem. Until you see it as I see it, it's not going to work. So when you feel like you're hitting your head against a brick wall and you're not getting the results you want, you need to take a step back.
You either carry on or take a step back.
Yeah, you either carry on bashing your head against the wall, or you take a step back and say, okay, what can I do differently here? So that would be my thought. But what do you think? What do you think? Let us know what you think. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you want to hit that subscribe button. I think we're about 1.2K now. Help us get to 1.5K.
Thank you, everybody.
Help us get to 1.5K. Hit the subscribe button. But any final thoughts before we move on and end this? Listen
to each other. You know, the fact that your partner isn't saying something, is saying something. You've got to pick it, you know. If they've always been quiet, they never said anything, that's fair enough. But if you notice a drop in the conversational level, you need to address it. And rather than hearing people, listen to them. And a skill I learned later in life is repeat what you're hearing. Is this what you're saying? You know, are you suggesting that I'm disrespecting you? Or are you suggesting that you feel disrespected? Now we're talking. Then in a way you've conquered. By saying to them that I hear you, you've assured them that you have the ability to listen. And now that we have identified the problem, what are we going to do about it? That's another conversation to be had.
Great stuff. I mean, for me, I would just like to say, you know, sometimes we have to let go of the right to be right, because she was holding on to her right to be right. You cannot compare our relationship to our forefathers. Age does not matter. We are one. And personally, I agree with her on all of those points. That's my personal view. I agree with her on all of those points, but that was not the right time to be emphasizing those points when he was on a completely different page, because as far as he was concerned, you're just arguing with me. You're refusing to see what I'm saying. So sometimes we need to let go of our right to be right and do the right thing.
Absolutely.
And the right thing in that moment is to listen to him, affirm him, validate his feelings so that he knows that he has been heard and that he is valued. And then you can move together rather than moving apart. Absolutely. So that's what I would say. But we hope you enjoyed this program. It's slightly different to how we normally do it, but let us know how we did. Let us know if you completely disagree with us. We're big enough to take it. But until next time, this has been Mary
and Julius
on the Relationship Real Talk Show, where we talk all things relationship, always keeping it real. See you next time.